This video is for students who are like my high school self, those who are lost but are willing to put in the work, raise their score, and change their future. What's going on, guys? In today's video, I would like to share 3 rules that I wish someone had told me when I was studying for the SAT back in high school. Because back in high school, studying for the SAT was really tough. Like, I remember struggling so much to the point where I just wanted to give up and not go to college. But I couldn't give up because I had a goal I wanted to achieve, I had the school I want to go to, and most importantly, I wanted to give back to my parents who came back to the States just for my education. And as you know, everybody's different, everyone has their own whys, but here are 3 rules that everyone can follow, everyone must follow in order to maximize the chance of raising their SAT score. So the first rule is to set a correct expectation. You see, raising your SAT score is harder than ever before because we're living in the era of instant gratification, which just means we just want things to happen very quickly. You upload a picture on Instagram, you get likes immediately. You want to see your friend who lives hours and hours away? You don't have to wait, you just FaceTime them and you see them immediately. And we expect the same thing with our SAT score. We want to go from 500 to a perfect score within a matter of weeks, if not days. And that flawed expectation is what's causing most of the SAT prep failures. Here's what I mean. For example, you might expect your SAT score to increase by 100 points within the next 10 days. And if it doesn't happen, then the following days of preparation, like 11th, 12th, 13th day of preparation, will only stress you out because one of the stressful moments in life is when things don't go as you planned. The flawed expectation will not only discourage you, but it's eventually gonna make you give up. But if you have the correct expectation that raising the SAT score takes some time and you're gonna have to put in the work for a while, it's not only going to be less stressful, less discouraging, but you're more likely to make it happen because that's just how long SAT takes. So the rule number 1 is to set up a correct expectation that your score is not gonna go up overnight and you might have to put in the work for a little while. I wish I could tell you otherwise, but it's just not realistic. So the rule number 2 is for you to master the basics first. You see, you can either learn how to swim first and jump into the pool, or you can jump into the pool and try to learn how to swim, which is not a good choice. And when it comes to studying for the SAT, most people jump into the pool first. They spend very little time learning the basics and most of their time just doing the practice questions and exams. And because they don't have these basics, like the tools you need to solve these questions, they come across a lot of these hard questions that they just don't know how to solve. But here's the thing. These quote-unquote hard questions are not hard because they are hard, but because you never learned how to solve them in the first place. You know those people that get the perfect score and solve section 3 in like 5 minutes? They're not smart, they just learn the right materials. And when it comes to the math section, there are only 25 concepts you need to learn to know how to solve every single question on the SAT. And the list of the concepts are available on the curriculum section of the SAT Math Accelerator's information page. I'll link it down below. So the second rule is for you to master the basics first and then move on to the practice questions and exams, not the other way around. And the third and last rule is for you to understand your failures. Guys, 10 more seconds, this is the most important part. I would say 99% of these students, including my past self, are guilty of making this mistake, and it's what's preventing their scores from going up. To overly simplify it, all you have to do to raise your score is to maximize the number of questions you get right and minimize the questions you get wrong. But you can't do that if you're not spending enough time looking at these wrong questions. What most people do is that they go through exams after exams hoping that these wrong questions won't show up in the SAT again. But here's the thing, SAT is an exam of repetition, meaning those wrong questions will show up again on your next exam, just with different words and different numbers. And if you don't understand those wrong questions, then you're gonna solve them the exact same way, get the exact same answer, get the same questions wrong, and get the same score. I mean, you do the same thing, you get the same result. For you to get a different score, you have to do something different, and you have to solve those wrong questions differently. And honestly, this is how I got a perfect score back in high school. So the third rule is for you to understand your failures, and I would recommend getting a notebook and putting all your wrong questions in there and breaking them down. So these are the 3 golden rules I would follow to raise my SAT score, but here's a question for you. What's the biggest obstacle for you? Like, why is it so hard for you to raise your SAT score? Leave in the comment section down below. So that's going to be it. Give it a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and I'll see you on the next one.